Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So US election sees crypto-friendly politicians win governor races. The US 2018 midterm election saw crypto-friendly lawmakers securing governorships in 3 states while maintaining 2 others. 3 new governors and 2 incumbents are ranked as very crypto-friendly, according to data compiled by the Digital Asset Trade Association. Guys, this is amazing. Remember all those months that we were waiting to hear answers about certain things, SEC regulations, dragging their heels, all that stuff? That's because government moves very, very slowly, guys. And so when there's a possibility of very crypto-friendly governors in these positions, we are going to see, hopefully, movement quicker on these kinds of things, right? We want cryptocurrency to be part of the mainstream at this point. We've been hodling our positions at the very super early adopter stage, and once we kind of see this coming down the pipe quickly, we'll see the process hopefully happen more rapidly than it has been up until this point. And in other news, companies dropping the term blockchain due to the hype around the technology. This has been it really isn't 2017 anymore. I remember last year, companies were actually adding blockchain. If they were blockchain companies and they were trading on the stock market, they were actually adding the word blockchain to their ticker or to their company name in order for people to realize that they were blockchain companies. And blockchain companies did really, really well during the crypto rally in the stock market. Another tip, if you guys want to have exposure to cryptocurrencies and you're in the stock market, invest in blockchain companies. They, at least as of now, have done kind of the same kind of rallies as cryptos. They're kind of closely tied to cryptos. So the trends are very, very similar. So it's interesting now that companies are saying, well, there's a lot of hype around the word blockchain, so we want to kind of, tamp that down a little bit. And now they're saying predictions for distributed ledger technology is the new, doesn't sound very buzzy to me, but it's the new term that it's looking like is trending now for businesses. They want to call, instead of blockchain, they want to call the technology distributed ledger technology. So the study reportedly found that many firms are overhyping the usefulness of blockchain or using the name of the technology to repackage existing services, a practice of the report describing blockchain washing. And that was another thing too, right? Blockchain and cryptocurrencies were kind of going hand in hand. There was a negative connotation to that. On the flip side, people were reluctant to get into blockchain because they were associating it with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was very, very volatile. And so they didn't want to get the negative exposure there. And we've been hearing about this Santa rally coming up. This article here, Bitcoin's crypto market share hits 5-week low as potential Santa Claus rally approaches. And I know the DAI's done a video about this, talking about the Santa rally, talked about it yesterday, I believe. But I just wanted to show you guys some interesting things regarding this. I wanted to go into a bit more depth on it. BTC's market share slump was first spotted by MarketWatch, which spoke to Matty Greenspan, a senior analyst at eToro per Greenspan. It's common to see the stock market rally close to the end of the year over increased activity in the private sector during the holidays. The volatile month of October the equity market had, combined with uncertainty surrounding a potential trade war between the US and China, along with the Fed's monetary policy, has seen markets perform less than ideally. And then he goes on to say, just to cover his butt, it may be too early to say this. After all, we've only seen very moderate crypto gains this week, but it is very possible that we might see a Santa Claus rally in the crypto markets. And guys, what he's referring to here is institutional investors investing money into the stock market traditionally near the end of the year. I've seen this in cannabis stocks. This happens in a lot of sectors where there's a lot of money pumped into the market. People want to kind of reap their profits nearing the end of the year. They pull out all their money so they can get one last kick at the can before, reap some more rewards before the year's end. And so this has traditionally happened. Money pours in October, November, December, January, and we saw this with crypto last year. But they were saying that we had a rocky October because of the trade war with China. Well, we know that kind of got cleared up and we saw the market bounce back. Here's the S&P 500, guys, on a weekly, okay? And as you guys may or may not remember, there was a lot of uncertainty around here. We saw high volumes, large sell-offs, okay? S&P 500 came down to, this is a weekly again, okay? Came down to this level here from back in April. But as you can see, it hit and now it's retracing. Guys, US midterm elections, trade wars at ease. I think that it's likely that we might not see a stock market crash. You know, after seeing these kinds of candlesticks going down, we saw a lot of buying pressure here, followed by more buying pressure here. So these are on a weekly. So this week isn't even over yet. So this candlestick's still moving. But what does this have to do with crypto and XRP? Well, DAI had done a video about the crypto markets from October 1st to January 1st, and he mentions that there was always a gain. Okay, there was always a gain, and technically that is correct. There have always been, or 5 out of 6 or 4 out of 5 years in a row, there's always been a gain in crypto around that time. Now that's very interesting in its own right, but they weren't real big parabolic gains like this one is here. I'm just going to show you guys, this is a Bitcoin historical price and events. And so I'm going to link all these articles in the description if you guys want to see them. And it just kind of shows you a little bit more about price history with Bitcoin. And as we know, Bitcoin has historically been kind of the guide to how we view all cryptocurrencies up until now. So these are the kinds of movements we're looking to see, right? Back in, 2011, we saw crypto go from, this was April 2011, 85 cents, all the way up to $29. These are the kinds of movements that I think we're interested in. So that didn't happen in the fall. But what I found that as we kept moving on, now there was a rally here, December, so here's October, went back down to $2. This is October 2011. Went back down to $2.23, and then we saw it go up to $7 roughly in the new year, January 2012. Kind of interesting, not a huge gain, and that isn't necessarily the kinds of gains we were looking at. We're looking at more of these kinds of parabolic movements. This was 2013, okay? And again, this is in the spring. This is March, late March, and then we saw Bitcoin hit a high of $212 in late March, going from about $45, roughly 46 bucks. Okay, and these are all tied to these kinds of events here. There are a lot of events here. I'm going to link this in the description. If you guys kind of want to see why price moved the way it did, you might be able to gauge what happened. Like here, if you go up to 20, increased trading volume, breaks Mt. Gox. So that was the event that happened here, but leading up to that, the Cyprus bail-in, and we talked about the Cyprus run on the banks, right? Back in 2013, people were dumping their money into crypto, into Bitcoin. So people were dumping their money into Bitcoin. This is when the trading volume breaks Mt. Gox, and then we saw a crash subsequently after that. So guys, it's really interesting to kind of look at these little points in history and to kind of gauge and to kind of see why things are happening. Now, here's what I find interesting here. Let's go to late 2013, and here again is that time, the fall period, late September, October, November, December, where we saw Bitcoin price go from $129 all the way up to $1,026 by the beginning of December. And there are all kinds of little events here that are surrounding this price activity, okay? I'm not going to read them all, obviously. You guys can go do that if you wish. And then finally, we kind of move here to the last bull run that we had, which was late 2017. And we know all about this bull run here, right? Late 2017, we saw movement there. Now, I think that as soon as crypto becomes more regulated, I think that as we're starting to see it become part of the mainstream, we know that institutional investors are interested. We see that this is all kind of happening now. I think we're going to start seeing these kinds of Santa rallies happen more frequently in crypto. And so as to the 2018 prediction back here, that there is a Santa rally coming, right? Matty Greenspan, the senior market analyst of eToro, has said this along with a couple other people. If my memory serves me correctly, there are signs pointing towards it. We know institutional money's coming in, and historically that's been a sign of Santa rallies to come. This is what the stock market's doing. It is recovering. So could we see our XRP positions and all other crypto positions for that matter really start to burst by the end of the year and early into 2019? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.